Yo, Thrax, what's going on, man? Boom, bang, bang. Hold on a sec. So some guy said, hold on a sec. So do you guys know, so here's a new happening that happened today. You know how yesterday, dude, I literally made a post yesterday talking about how fittest flat earther is Tyler Hansen, how his theory that all these celebrities are fallen angels, and how that's actually kind of cool. And because they used to refer to angels as stars, and Hollywood is full of Hollywood stars, and people worship them, and the stars that fell with Lucifer wanted to be worshipped and idolized. So it does actually resemble something that could be something, right? Anyway, so I say that, and he ends up he unblocks me to then go and comment a picture on my Facebook post on his video talking about him. That has me, yeah, Kendall, you saw that? That has me like in different videos I've done, hand symbols, like I'm just standing there talking in my hands, like, talk to a fucking Italian, like they're gonna go, I'm working on my swearing. Anyway, talk to Italians, they talk with their hands, their hands guaranteed at some point they're gonna itch their eye, and then all of a sudden one eye will be covered, or they're gonna, so anyway, this guy infers that I am like a mason or something, or an agent. And now I think that most of what he says is probably completely bullshit, because anyone who's that disconnected and lost, to look at someone like me who's been making videos for, maybe he doesn't know, but it's been over 10 years that I've been making bajillions of posts and stories and live feeds and videos and everything. To think that I would somehow be a valuable asset to the Illuminati while actively exposing their plans. It's just, it'd be one thing, like, dude, look, Candace Owens, I'm like 95% sure she is controlled opposition. In fact, like, I would bet she is 100%. Nick Fuentes, I don't think so yet, but maybe he's been threatened. Uh, Joe Rogan, there's no way you are on the top of Spotify and Apple Music and spilling the beans. Like, it's controlled release. There is some element there that I'm sure that he's controlled, though that doesn't mean what he's saying is not true. Like, he's on there talking to friggin' Steve-O the other day about something. You may have seen the video, and like, no, he does have it, but it's truth mixed with, like, I mean, he had Elon Musk on there. You're not interviewing Elon Musk if you're not in the club that Elon Musk is in. And, you know, Elon Musk went to that red carpet with a shirt that had or some type of outfit that had a pentagram on it, and on the back it had, I can't remember what the back was, but either way, like they're telling you what club they're in, man. That's what it is. Anyways, they're talking about a Black Swan event. Fuel went up to $3 in Oklahoma so far. What's everyone else's? It was like $2.25. Really, is gas prices already going up right now? Shout out to Devance27. He's been waiting to finally catch one of my live streams. Shout out to Devance. Also, shout out to everyone else who's on here. Shout out to Christ is King, repent. Shout out to Walt. Guys, Captain Walt, remember, Captain Walt was literally a tank commander in, I think, Desert Storm. Like, we have some people here who are built different. Oh, by the way, I found out why our aunties. Hold on, I'm going to make this live title right now. Hold on. I'm shutting out the live on Instagram. Yeah, exactly. Ali 2. So astrology is demonic. Hold on a sec. I'll tell you why astrology is demonic in a second, and why some of our grandparents were correct on that. And it actually makes sense. Yeah, what's everyone's gas prices doing? It's $3.19 in Texas, where I am, and on Tuesday it was like $2.57. Wow. So gas prices are about to go through the roof. I remember at the beginning of COVID, it was 63 cents per liter, which is like under $2 per gallon, something like that. What's going on, everyone? So the reason astrology is demonic, and a lot of people's aunties and grandparents always told them that, is because, and bear with me because this is shocking, astrology is demonic because it's based on planets, which, by the way, all the planets in our solar system are named after Greek gods, which they worshipped, which are not the true God. And there is no such thing as planets. There are no planets. There's the firmament. There's no such thing as a planet, and there's no such thing as space. So by making this whole thing up about astrological things based on planets that don't exist, and there could be something to like the energies of certain times of year and all that. I totally get that. That's absolutely true. But to make this, a lot of people base their astrology on, or base their like personality almost on astrology. Something's going on with that. And same thing with any witchcraft. I'm now aware that in the past I have unknowingly practiced witchcraft. In fact, a lot of people. There's no way. Cheyenne said, I just reposted a video of me talking about this exact thing. Cheyenne, yesterday I saw a post of an old, someone saying the reason why our grandparents said that, astrology is demonic is because, yeah, there are no planets and that we're in a firmament. There's no space. We'll talk more about that too. Ideas for pagan worship. Wow. Shout out to Isaiah, man. He's been dropping gems. It could be maybe Deej Lotus. That's a very good question. See, that's an in-tune question. Could it be named after the lands outside the ice walls? Maybe. I love how like 5 years ago, if you're talking about there's no space, like people will be losing their minds. And now we've seen so much exposed in just the last couple of months that it's like, yeah, okay. They probably lied to us about that too. So listen, we're discussing this potential for a Black Swan event around the corner because Russia and China are now directly involved in the conflict in the Middle East, which we know can quickly evolve into a global conflict or global flat plane conflict. Jay Brass, how do you feel about ETs? Do extraterrestrials? Well, what's terrestrial? Terrain, other lands, extra lands outside the ice wall, not aliens. There's a serious agenda afoot here. So, but listen, some of this stuff is super sus and not optimal to be discussing on Instagram because, I mean, I've gotten strikes on here before for literally just talking about fluoride. So we're doing a deep dive on this on my Rumble channel. Clifford, that's a great question. A lot of you guys have great questions. That's totally too, well, XRP, I would say it's between governments and citizens. The new wars of the 21st century won't be fought between countries, but between governments and citizens. It's a plan for the New World Order. But anyway, so we're discussing this in full detail on my Rumble channel, which is free to download, free to watch, and free speech. Totally uncensored, no strikes, and we don't need to tiptoe around and bite our tongue about what's coming around the corner. Hosek Serrano said, "What do you think about the war?" Dude, we're doing a full deep dive on the truth that they're not allowing really many people to fully discuss online. Of course, there's different narratives you're allowed to kind of say, but if you spill the full beans, that's like fact checkable. It's like, no, that's not true. This is what's really going on. So anyways, if you guys want to tune in, it's at the link in my bio. It's free to download, free to watch it, and free speech. You don't even need to download it. You can watch it from your browser. But it's a better viewing experience on the app, or, once you make an account, then you'll be able to comment, and then we can get the Q&A going as well. Crying in my Maybach said, where do we go watch your Rumble? It's at the link in my bio. So if you click the link in my bio, you'll see a Rumble link. You click that, and then you come on over to the live on Rumble. And alternatively, you can comment the word Rumble on any one of my posts, and then you'll get the link sent directly to your DMs. But if you comment Rumble on the live, you don't get the link sent to your DMs. It only works on a post. Okay, so we'll see Cole and all of you guys, that's my brother's name, on Rumble. All right, and hopefully that girl Cheyenne comes too, because I want to talk to her about the, I know, Cheyenne, that's a funny username, eh? Crying in my Maybach. Okay, so we'll see you on Rumble. I'd love to do it here, but you can't. It's like too sus, man. Shout out to Luna as well. All right. Alien disclosure will start from me. I'm going to disclose aliens. I don't know. Oh, you mean like expose the truth about it? Sure. Okay, we'll see you guys on Rumble, all right? It's at the link in my bio. Yo, shout out to Bull Bushka. Cole, what's going on, man? So yes, free speech. I know. I should say, like, it's mostly free speech on here, but I know there's a couple people like that guy who dresses up as the Joker. He's not allowed on here, but that's about the only person I know who's not allowed on Rumble. And then, so anyways, I'm gonna let a few people get on here. Devon says, "Are you guys ready for World War III or what?" I know I'm getting ready. Been going to the gun range every weekend. Yeah. Well, Devon, I wonder if they're gonna. I don't know that it's gonna be fought like that on our soil anyway. I think it would be more like put it this way: China could invade the United States, right? Or they could cut off the pharmaceutical supply, which supplies the US with 70 some odd percent of their pharmaceuticals, and have like possibly do more damage that way. Or, you know, fully stop producing any product regarded to automotive, and then anyone's vehicle breaks down and they're not getting it fixed because half these parts come from China. That would do more damage than like going and blowing up everyone's car. All of a sudden, they all break down and you can't get parts. You know what I mean? Like, there's other ways to fight wars now, between now when everything's so centralized. But by the way, do not be fearful of nukes. What we're gonna do, I'm gonna write this down. I have to do a nukes are completely fake video. Nuclear bombs, literally, I promise you, if you believe some of the other stuff I've talked about, and you think that I might be aware of certain things that are going on, I'm telling you from my research, intense research, the nuclear bombs are completely fake. So with all these politicians getting up there saying like there's going to be a nuclear war, or we could drop nukes on you, or we got to go get those bad guys because they might have nukes, it's completely fake. If nukes were real and they could literally destroy an entire country with a single object, they would have done it already. They would have nuked Libya, if they had nukes. So when Gaddafi was, doing that thing. And also, apparently, the atom. I don't know if you guys have seen Cultivate Elevate. Dude, the atom is fake. Atoms are not real. It was dreamt up, and he drew out what he dreamt, and they never split an atom. I got to read his book on it to give you guys the full details on that, but I do know more about how nukes are fake than how even atoms are fake. keep in mind too, Nikola Tesla actually said, like, gravity, one of you might be able to explain it better, but gravity is not, it's false. It's not gravity. It's electromagnetism. And uh, Nikola Tesla was a proponent and outspoken about how gravity is meant to keep us, well, gravity, for example, without gravity, according to the mainstream model, you could not have water sticking to a spinning ball. Like they say that Earth, the water doesn't fly off of Earth despite it spinning so fast because of gravity. So that alone is probably one of the reasons why they like to be able to talk about gravity. Also, do you find it interesting that they haven't been able to drill more than like a couple micro miles into the Earth, but they know what's like hundreds of miles into the Earth, a molten core? But you picture that because like magma and volcanoes, right? There's a whole other story about that as well. Yeah, that's true. That's true, Butterdog. Yo, shout out to Butterdog. Butter, if you're watching, comment now, dude. I'm about to do something crazy, man. Um, that's true. That's true. Cliff Diver, exactly. I mean, the silent weapons for quiet wars things. So, but here's the crazy part. Here's how you know that there's a hidden hand that is completely against all the citizens of the world, basically, is that in Iran, you also have mass amounts of cell towers, smart meters, Wi-Fi. China, smart meters, Wi-Fi, cell towers. Um, we know how dangerous and unfortunate these electromagnetic devices are. Russia, too, cell towers all over the place, which are tuned to a frequency which is, unfortunate for your brain and your pineal gland and your DNA. And all countries are involved in this silent weapons for quiet wars. So there is a hidden hand in all of them that are pushing towards the same goal, which is after every war, there's always a reconstruction and a rebirth. They're pushing us into this war because they want the rebirth, and the rebirth would be what we've been talking about for many years. So what I think is that it's never been more important to be of sound mind and body when we have not only the frequency weapons against us, but the GMOs, the fluoride, the chlorine, the pesticides, the atrazine. Like, isn't it crazy to think that 90% of us, 90% of people, I wouldn't say 90% of us because this is like a particular niche of people who do take care of their health, but 90% of the average people walking around today have glyphosate and atrazine in their bloodstream, like now. And atrazine is the one that reverses the gender of frogs, and glyphosate is the one that makes rats, third generations of rats, infertile and have tumors from just a micro drop of it throughout their lifespan. And a French scientist exposed that and then was threatened. So, with that being said, I should mention before we get into the other World War III stuff and the Black Swan event that could be around the corner, we are giving away 4 or 5 bags of chalk lit powder, the organic heirloom cacao from Bolivia, on this live, specifically to you guys because you came all the way over from Instagram. Organic heirloom cacao, $100 value, extremely detoxifying and delicious. Plus, it has a ton of antioxidants which bind to free radicals and excrete them out of the body. The other cool thing about organic heirloom cacao is that it stimulates stem cell production. So that goes and repairs damaged tissue and damaged cells, and it induces bliss chemicals, which is tryptophan, dopamine, and serotonin. So you can feel this like release of these feel good, feel vibrational, feel blissful hormones when you drink it. It is freaking amazing. And that's unique to heirloom cacao. Regular cacao powder, even if it's organic, you're kind of getting, it's a bit of the Shanghai surprise. So the way this deal works, it is first come, first serve. So I'm going to put the link in the chat, and that goes to chalk.com, CHOQ.com. And Chalk is based in Texas. They ship out of Georgia. They have an all-American customer service team, and they have over 5,000 third-party verified 5-star reviews on Trustpilot. So if you go to chalk.com, the number one supplement for men and women is the hot water purified Shilajit, which is a hormone optimizer. It's a fertility booster. It stimulates the production of new brain cells. It's super detoxing. It's believed to decalcify the pineal gland. And this will supercharge your vessel, which was created in the image of God, but now is being corrupted by these chemicals and contaminants in the food, air, and water supply, which is part of, like, dude, it is a bigger part of the plan than most people will think. They'll be thinking that It's just some corporations that want to profit extra, and that's why they poison us. But it's much deeper than that. So the Shilajit, it's a hormone optimizer. It's a fertility booster. It also increases muscle recovery. That's why the Russian military was secretly studying it for 30 years to administer it to their troops to have more physical energy and recover faster. So it's like super soldier level superfood. So that's the Shilajit. The other one that's extremely potent that everyone should be checking out, I'm telling you right now, it's one of the top at chalk.com. It's in the male and female stack, is the organic ashwagandha. So it's certified organic. It has 16 clinical studies. It massively increases sleep quality because it supports the production of melatonin, which gives you 1,000 times better sleep. Melatonin, by the way, is disrupted by frequencies, Wi-Fi, cell towers, smart meters. All those do disrupt your melatonin production because they trick your pineal gland, which is supposed to regulate melatonin production, into thinking it's still daytime. So melatonin helps with that. It also increases healthy mood and focus. It's a hormone optimizer. It's considered the king of herbs in India, and it's extremely pro-fertile. So that's the ashwagandha. So the way the deal works to get the free lit powder, which we only have 4 or 5 on this live to give away, you go to chalk.com, CHOQ.com, and if you look under products, you'll see the male or female vitality stack. If you put the male or female stack in your cart and you apply the discount code 26life on the subscription, so go and look. When you're looking at the female stack, for example, you got the Shilajit, the ashwagandha, and the Irish moss that's in there. The Irish moss is certified wildcrafted from Nova Scotia. It's got the full matrix of minerals. It binds to free radicals. It rebuilds your DNA. It is literally one of the top superfoods in the natural world. Because here's the thing, even if you're eating 100% organically today, you're getting less than 10% of the full matrix of minerals. So you do want to make sure you get a consistent dose because minerals are supposed to ignite every single biological process in the body. However, even some people think they're already set because they're eating organic, but that's literally the tip of the iceberg. That just means you might be getting a bit less chemicals, but there's other things to concern ourselves with. So the website chalk.com, if you put the male or female stack in your cart, the subscription, and you apply the discount code 26life to your cart, you get a 26% off lifetime discount. And if you place that order on the live, you're getting the free $100 bag of chocolate powder included in your order automatically. Earth to Chase asked a good question about activating DNA besides sunlight. So when I was doing research into sun gazing, and this has to do with minerals and the importance of them, and why most people, we're kind of almost, the average person is like distanced from the what they're supposed to experience from being exposed to sunlight or sun gazing. The wavelengths of light from the sun are light codes. They're supposed to interact with our DNA, which is also light codes. But minerals build your DNA, and 99% of people are deficient in many minerals, which means their DNA isn't doing the full thing. The whole biological process isn't really happening to its full extent. So what I found out was when you're sun gazing or just sun bathing and you're getting sun on your skin, of course you feel good, but if you have the full matrix of minerals, you're getting way more benefits and way more biological processes than if you're not high in minerals. And that's why there's a ton of minerals in the male and female vitality stack, specifically for DNA benefits. What's also interesting is that so apparently vitamin, the word vitamin, used to mean vital mineral because every single vitamin requires a mineral to activate it. And so you could take all the vitamin supplements in the world, but if you're not getting the minerals, you're not even able to utilize those vitamins. But transversely, if you are taking the full matrix of minerals, that means you're getting more nutrients from the food you're already eating to begin with. So you could eat like a salad today, you'll get something from it. But if you're taking the Irish moss and the Shilajit, all those minerals are going to enable you to absorb and activate all those vitamins that are in the salad the next day you eat it, and you get more nutrients. Sonny said, I saw a video you made 3 years ago about sun gazing. Shane, when did you see that video, Sonny? What's flapping, Asher? How's Asher doing, man? So it's interesting too, because I told you guys this, but every time we're live, there's different people on, so someone has never heard this before yet. Um, a friend of mine is in naturopathy, and she said that it literally says in her course, which is like licensed and approved and certified, that um, the graph for testosterone levels, if you go and get a testosterone test, a blood test today, it's going to say you have normal testosterone levels. But that normal range is actually critically low if they zoom the graph out based on the average testosterone levels in the last 60 years. So, in other words, everyone today who gets a blood test and has average testosterone actually has low testosterone. And then the people who have super low testosterone get testosterone replacement therapy, which is, of course, synthetic testosterone. And I don't recommend that. Whereas if you're taking the Tongkat Ali, which is in the male vitality stack, that boosts free testosterone 87% in 21 days, and it increases sperm count and sperm motility. So it's super pro fertile, massive testosterone boost, and that increases brain function, energy levels, and hormone optimization, of course. Plus, actually, muscle mass, muscle endurance, and muscle recovery. The Tongkat Ali in the male stack is certified wild crafted from the chemical free Malaysian rainforests. And it's 100-to-1 extract, which is certified or it's patented. It's a patented extraction process, which maintains or keeps intact a ton of bioactive compounds. Whereas other companies that have like a 400-to-1 Tongkat Ali extract, they use an extraction method that denatures like a significant amount of the bioactive compounds, which are supposed to be responsible for the benefits in the first place. So you do want to keep your head on a swivel about the like Amazon supplements, man. Most Tomcat is also farmed in China, so you got to watch out. Now, the other thing that's interesting, so you know that they found that fish are becoming sterile because of the trace contraceptives, birth control, ending up in the water supply. Now, I'm not saying there's a plan to lower the human population by lowering fertility and literally depopulating. But if there was, what would the regulatory bodies be doing differently than allowing all this kind of shit to be in the food and water supply? Like, really, like the Environmental Protection Agency, that has to be the biggest form of doublespeak I've ever heard. When these guys approve and allow spraying a ton of lakes in Connecticut and in Maine and all these other places with diquat, which is banned all over the world. It's absolutely wild, man. It clearly is a nefarious plot. And I will say that the United States is the epicenter of it because the United States is the only country. I mean, I guess anything's possible, but if you had to place your bets on one country that would sow the seeds of revolution again and do something to stop the New World Order, who are you going to bet on? China? When like seven people control actually, I don't think their population's 1.3 billion, but you know what I mean? You going to bet on India? Is Africa going to overthrow the New World Order? Is New Zealand? Like, it's the US, man. That's why they're targeting the US the most with the chemical and biological agents side of things. Because they can't, like, they got to try to keep you guys lower. They don't want you guys in your peak form because you do have the spirit of freedom coursing through your freaking veins right now. Unless you're brand new to the States, then you don't. But maybe it will wear off on you from being around other people. Shout out to Butterdog, who's going to get the mail stack. Dude, the mail stack is freaking amazing, man. The Chalk Daily that's in there, it's clinically studied to boost total testosterone 21% in 90 days. That's the number one supplement for men. This would literally help decimate the New World Order. If every guy was taking chalk, the Chalk Daily and the Tomcat, and boosting their testosterone levels, there's no way they could release the files and do all this crazy shit without there being like a significant equal and opposite reaction to their actions. Do you know what I'm talking about? So, dude, the Chalk Daily also Butterdog. The thing that's really cool about it is that it has a couple other adaptogens in it, which is specifically formulated for men that boost and support the production of testosterone and sperm count and sperm motility. That was actually the first supplement that Chalk ever made, and they haven't modified the formula at all since we got it. In fact, Chalk had the only allowable to be certified organic shilajit back when shilajit was allowed to be certified organic. But they changed the laws because since shilajit does not grow, it's not like a agricultural product. You can't call it organic anymore. But the shilajit that Chalk uses is like the only shilajit that met the requirements or the prerequisites to be certified organic. So it's wild, man. And then the same thing for women. If ladies are taking the female stack, we're talking like profound hormone optimization and calibration. Plus, if you're decalcifying your pineal gland, you do feel a little bit significantly more in tune, like vibrationally, big time calibrates your mental faculties. Earth to shade definitely massively increases energy levels. The shilajit, oh yeah, that's one of the first things. If you go and look at some of the 5,000 third-party verified 5-star reviews on Trustpilot, you'll notice a recurring theme of people talking about way more energy and way more mental clarity. And that's just the some of the first two benefits that people notice from taking the shilajit. It is a game changer. But the thing with shilajit is that it is it's a potentiator, so it increases the potential of any other herb or superfood that's taken with it. So that's why the shilajit is in the male and female stack. Now, there's a bunch of people on the site right now, but if you're there and you apply, you put the male or female vitality stack in your cart, and you apply the discount code 26life, I just put it in the chat, you get 26% off for life on your subscription, and then you're going to get the free $100 bag of the chocolate powder included in your order automatically. You're not going to see it on the order form though, but it's going to be physically placed into your box when it's packed up. Shout out to Dats11. But when he says, so Dats11, when you say thanks for the advice, I'll be doing all these, do you mean taking chalk? Because I don't want someone to get the wrong idea here where I tell you the benefits of shilajit and you go buy shilajit on Amazon. Because the vast majority of shilajit is in its tar resin form, which is minimum 20 to 30% water, significantly diluted, and usually contains a bunch of heavy metals. Whereas the chalk shilajit, hot water purified, water is then evaporated, and then it's a potent concentrate at that point. J Flow said, dude, fog out here in the NAI, in the Noi. Oh, in the Noi, that's got to be Illinois. I picked up on that. But he said the fog smells like chemicals. Dude, do you remember when there was that worldwide fog? I was talking about detox heavily during that moment, man. When the whole freaking world was talking about a fog that enveloped all of our countries, who knows what they sprayed us with, man. They definitely, you know what's funny, eh? There's some type of psychological thing where people go, uh, like they think you're an idiot for thinking about chemtrails, but there's so much evidence. You got to be an idiot or heavily calcified. Your pineal gland's got to be pretty calcified to not even be able to consider. Because here's the thing: there's a going theory that governments used to do bad things to their citizens, but now they don't, and that is based on zero evidence at all. Uh, like I'm talking, it's a pipe dream, it's a woozy, it's a wazi, it's a doesn't exist. Um, shout out to Dialed. I'm like Noi. I'm like Hanoi. No, there's no fucking way he's from Hanoi. The Noi's got to be the Illinois. Yeah, that was good. Eh? Thanks, man. There's a bunch of people on the site right now, guys. If you're smelling chemical fog, literally get the male vitality stack right now to get that weird shit out of you, because I'm pretty sure there's nanobots in there. It's called Smart Dust, and it's like self-assimilating nanobots. So you do want to be getting that stuff out of you, and you'll notice a huge difference too. Butterdog just ordered. Holy shit! Hold on a second. Butterdog just got the mail stack congratulations to Butterdog who just got the mail stack. His order number is 747171. Shout out to Butter. Do you get the free lit? Yes, you get the free lit because you ordered. You were the first person to order on the live, Butterdog. So congratulations, dude. Butter just got the first. And now we only have 4 more bags of the chocolate powder left to give in people's orders on the live who get the male or female stack with the code 26 life 26LIFE. Put that on the subscription to unlock the discount. Do not pay full price when they're running that discount code. And there's a bunch of people on the site right now, so make sure you put in that code and place it ASAP. That was hilarious, eh? Dialed, shout out to Dialed, man. That's 11 said, my thanking for the advice was my previous comment. Oh, that's hilarious. That's awesome. You've been taking chalk. Shout out to Dats11 who's taking chalk. He notices the difference on the days that he forgets to take the stack. It is a vibe, man. And I'll tell you this too, like there's some people who are like flustered that on my videos on Instagram, many times I connect whatever the video is talking about to the importance of having a sound mind, sound body, and detoxing and boosting your frequency. But man, I honestly don't feel right if I make a video about, for example, the cell tower radiation cooking of humanity agenda. I made a video about the cell towers, how they're hiding cell towers in cactuses and shit. Like they're putting a fake cactus around a cell tower to hide it. Now, of course, the official story is that it's for um, making them more like look nice to the human eyeball so they don't look out of place. But it's also serves a purpose that it's out of sight, out of mind. You don't see all the cell towers around you that are beaming you with frequencies all the time. And so when I make that video, I'm choosing to raise a bit of awareness about, hey, like there's a cell tower problem going on, and I'm not against uh, having cellular reception on my phone, but it does affect your freaking DNA. It's not good for your brain or your body or your fertility. Yeah, the Wanderlust, the female stack does have the Shilajit. So if you're on the uh, product page, you'll see the female vitality stack. In the female stack, it's Shilajit, ashwagandha, and Irish moss. So you got the wildcrafted Irish moss, you got the organic ashwagandha, and you got the hot water purified, heavy metal tested, clinically studied Shilajit. That is in the female stack, Wanderlust. Good question. I'm going to hold a slot for Wanderlust so that she gets the free lit. And so, anyways, I would feel strange being like, hey, look at these cell towers. Do you know what's going on with them? And then not say, but don't worry, because many people, like, dude, I was in Toronto the other day, shitload of cell towers everywhere. They are literally cooking that city. And we're seeing mass rates of infertility and all kinds of other stuff. So I would feel strange to not say, hey, by the way, there are natural solutions that you can, implement that will boost and support your vessel during this like frequency assault on humanity. You know what I mean? Um, so exactly. Sonny, I'm gonna definitely check out the oh yeah, Sonny, every time I roast cell towers, someone does DM me and be like, I put those towers up like it's no big deal. Meanwhile, there's a rate of like suicide and depression that cell tower engineers or whatever, like literally they get sick way more often and they have like serious problems because they're so close to those panels. And you know that you are not supposed to be anywhere near them when they're on. Like they shut the tower down when they work on it because you cannot be that close to those frequency emitting devices, the transmitters. It's like pumping out. Like if you could see the waves coming off of it, it would probably be horrifying. Um, Now we can only see inside of a tiny sliver of bandwidth of the full light spectrum. So it's outside of our perception, but it's definitely there and doing something strange. Shout out to Christ is King Repent. He said, if you take the mark of the beast, you will be damned to hell. That's right. You have to. Everyone in here, just so you know, no matter what they try to scare you with, do not take the mark of the beast. Literally, it would be better to have any other fate than to take that. Shout out to Shay. I'll hold a slot for you. Nice angel number in your username too. I'll make sure that if you DM me on Instagram, I can get them to hold a slot for you to include the free lit, by the way. Um, watts per meter squared. Dude, dialed. What do you do again for work, dialed? Are you like a electrical guy, man? Tell me about it. Butterdog said, "What should I be taking before bed?" No homo. Butterdog. So the best thing I would say to take before bed is either a nice, like within an hour before bedtime and snuggle time, I would be taking a nice hot cup of cocoa of the chocolate powder, the organic heirloom cacao, which you're getting for free tonight. So there you go, dude. You're already gonna have it in your. It's gonna be on your doorstep in a couple days, man. You're gonna be getting that. Have a nice warm cup of cocoa. Stimulate the bliss chemicals. Feel the blissful feeling, and then sleep on a cloud of chocolate powder in your mind, in your body, in your temple. It is a vibe, man. And then overnight, your stem cells are being massively supported and produced and repaired. It's freaking awesome, man. Uh, what are we said the mark? Jesse, the mark is, Christ is King, repent. Explain to Jesse what the mark is. Christ said, taking heaven, the world's about to be. Christ, I thought he wasn't going to. Okay, well, he said he'd never flood the world again, but maybe really, eh? So that's the rapture, eh? Well, we'll discuss. We'll discuss. Dowd said, "I'm just a nerd. I'm like you. When I get interested on a subject, I dive deep and hyper research." That's freaking awesome, Dialed. By the way, guys, Dialed, who literally is dialed in regards to his chalk regiment, by the way. He's on the mail stack too. Cliff Diver said, "Shane, have you heard of the book, The Invisible Rainbow?" I have it. Should I read it? I bought it. I read some of all of my books and all of some of my books. Let me know if I should read that one, man. That's 11. I don't think the mark of the beast was the vaccine because it's something that someone mentioned it. They explained it properly on the live last time. Yeah, exactly. Babushka, rather. Um, it has to be something you like fully knowingly submit to, not something that they trick you with. You know what I mean? Yeah, the mark will be obvious. I believe it is the Antichrist spirit merging with AI. Yeah, by the way, we do not know what is truly behind AI. What really, we did not create AI. AI is something else, man. Dude, shout out to Ish who ordered chalk. It's coming in the mail. It'll be to him in 2 seconds. Okay, hold on a second. Babushka said Microsoft has the patent that ends with 666 that can be looked up on Google. That's right. I'm going to make a video on that. Microsoft patent on patent 060606. Yeah, what are the odds of that? Like, do they think we're stupid? Like, and I got a flipping fact check on that, by the way. When I made a post in 2021 or 2022 about Microsoft's freaking patent that ends in 666, and it's about like body uh to brain to computer interface or whatever, which literally is like the most mark of the beast sounding thing I've ever heard. Um, they fact checked me and was like, no. And the fact check wasn't even accurate to what my post said. Like my post was fact checked, but the fact check did not relate to what I said on the post. So it was like, it's one of those. Congratulations to Wonderlust, who just got the female vitality stack with her order number 747174. So I'm going to make sure Chalk includes that in your order right now, free lit. So guys, Wonderlust just went to chalk.com. She put the female vitality stack in her cart. She applied the discount code 26life. She got 26% off for life, which means she's getting also the free $100 bag of the chocolate powder included in her order automatically. Congratulations to Wonderlust. You're going to love your chalk, your female stack. The Shilajit Ashwagandha and Irish Moss, it said the best time to take it is in the morning on an empty stomach. The lit powder you can have anytime. This on an empty stomach really hits too, though. You will love it. You can have it by the spoon dry, like it's freaking good. The way I like to make it is hot water, put like 2 big tablespoons of lit in there. It depends actually. Sometimes a lighter hot chocolate hits nicely as well. In fact, I forgot. I have a chocolate. It's kind of cold now, but I have a chocolate I'm drinking right now. In the morning, I like to have a richer chocolate powder. At nighttime, a lighter one is just as nice. But yeah, you will absolutely love it. And it also the bliss chemicals is what I meant. When you're on an empty stomach, you'll feel the bliss chemicals be producing. So congratulations to Wonderlust. I'm excited to hear your experience. Keep in mind, guys, so you can cancel or modify your subscription at any time, though the clinically studied benefits are based on consistent consumption over 90 days. So you do want to make sure you get a consistent dose to experience the full range of benefits. Um, so keep that in mind. It's something you do want to kind of incorporate into your lifestyle, but you will freaking love it. Um, by the way, I do agree with everything that Christ is King, repent is saying, and I'm working on that. And by the way, someone asked, oh yeah, Christ is King. The other day you said like something to the effect of, if I'm serious about this, then like that's all you'd be talking about, right? But I really genuinely do not feel knowledgeable enough yet to lead like a live talking about that. Like I'm not going to talk about something I don't know enough about. And so I'm getting into it. I'm sharing my journey as I go, becoming saved and repenting and renouncing sin and inviting Christ to be, well, I've already invited him. He is with me, but I know you seem to be dialed with that in that regard. So anyway, I'm getting there, dude. And I will be sharing my full experience with everyone as well and helping others to become saved as well. Jesse, which I actually think is interesting because I was new age. Oh fuck, I'll tell you all. Frick, I'll tell you all about it. But it's interesting timing because now like biblical prophecy is fully being fulfilled. All this crazy stuff is going on, and I found Christ at the in the same time. And I also notice so many people. I think there's a resurgence of people finding Christ like big time. All the guys I follow, who I've been following for years, are all also now wearing crosses, talking about God. The one guy I just watched just got baptized. Um, anyway, it's great. Well, exactly, Babushka, because um, I also never, I didn't grow up with it. Yeah, Sonny says, Shane, you're a baby Christian, but you and your family need to get baptized ASAP. I know, Sonny, we are going to actually. I'm already talking. It's in the works. I'll live stream it. No, I won't, but maybe. No, I'm not gonna. Maybe it'll be a video. Oh yeah, so no, don't worry, Jesse. Jesse, listen carefully because I already answered that, but you're already getting worked up about it. Just because you got vaxxed, you're not marked. It's not the mark of the beast. Technically, actually, you might be marked, or let me put it this way. In the vaccine, apparently there's a compound called luciferase, which um, is it's like a luminescent chemical to where if you got vaxxed, they could shine a light like on your wrist and see the luciferase in your blood and know that you were vaxxed. So I kind of thought, is that the mark of the beast? It's not. It's not. You didn't get the mark. Um, and I think you can. I'm sure you can detox that. So don't even worry about it. But yeah, dude, don't worry. You're not marked. You didn't get the mark of the beast. Um, yeah, that's awesome. But well, at the end of all these rabbit holes, it comes back to the fact that Jesus is real and they hate him. It's a fact, man. We've seen it. They show us in TV and all this stuff all the time. Um, hold on a second. There was something shocking. Yeah, Ish, I wanted to answer that. Blue light blocking glasses. They do work. For sure they work. Yeah, they're good. But like the ones that block like a tiny, like the apps I have on my computer right now that dim the red light or the blue light are better than the average blue light blocking glasses. So it's good to get the app called Flux, Flux. If you have a desktop, like look at the difference. I'll do this just for a second for you guys. Look at the screen real quick. Look at my face now compared to, and I wonder if this will look different on your phone if you don't have night shift mode on. But here is full blue light which is literally blinding, and I turned it to soft red mode. So that's what I do on my computers. But yeah, so Flux, it's a good app. Flux. I got it for Butterdog too. Shout out to Butterdog, man. It was blowing his eye vessels apart, man. Looking at a full blue light, full screen, full power. They said because I was in the military that I got chipped. No, Jesse, you're good. I do find it interesting though that when they do censuses, if you guys know about censuses, they put a census in your mailbox and they tell you you have to do it. So let me tell you a quick story. You do not have to do a census. You do not have to do the census that they say you have to by law, or else you get in big trouble. You do not, because I didn't, and nothing happened. In fact, I got the long form census, which was asking me questions like, is anyone in your house trained in any military fashion? Is anyone in your house a hunter? Are they licensed? Do they have guns? Blah, 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 blah. And I'm reading it going, dude, this is a fucking inventory. They want to know who and where the threats are. You know what I mean? To some type of new world order. Like, do you not have to do jury duty either, Copper Rock? Because I was gonna say, why do you have to do jury duty? Like, I understand jury is like important and everything, but you have to, or else you get what? You go to jail, or was it fine or something? Um, no, so for yeah, exactly, butter. So, so what happened to me was I got the long form census that's asking me all these crazy questions. I started filling it out, being like, oh, I guess I have to. And then I started Googling it, and people were like, no, you do not have to do the census. Um, but this is what they said to do. Do not say to them, I'm not doing the census. Butterdog. He said, I just didn't show up to jury duty and nothing happened. Even though it says in like red and white letters, like, you have to or else. But anyway, so I'm standing there finding out I don't have to do this thing. But the tip is don't go tell them you're not going to do it. Just don't engage with them. Well, dude, I had a woman, this kind looking old lady, come to my house like literally 7 times. And every time she'd come over, we just had our little newborn, and like the windows are open, like there's probably sounds, there's like probably cooking going on. There's a car in the truck's in the driveway. Clearly we're home. Like the screen doors open. And yet she's coming and she's yelling into different windows. Like she's serious about her job. And I'm pretty sure she's like a volunteer. Like I don't know if they're anyway, she's literally like, hello, like yelling into windows, like banging on the door. And so when she would show up, we would just all go to the bedroom, just like duck down and like look out the window. Because my understanding was if I make contact with her and say we're not doing it, that's when like it's escalated to like a refusal to, yeah, volunteer New World Order agent taking it way too seriously. Exactly, dude. So we're like peering out the window, and dude, it actually kind of like it was. I'm not gonna say it was traumatizing, but it definitely made me like a bit on edge. Anytime I would hear anyone like pull by or like pull up, I'm like, oh, who the fuck is it? Like, it did have that feeling for a little while. But anyways, the one time though, this is where the story takes a dark turn. So she's banging on the door. Keep in mind, every time she would come, she would stick this sticky shit on our door of the sticker that says like, you gotta do the census, like you have to. This is like our final warning and all this. And so I'm like, okay, this is actually getting like really annoying, and I was about to be flustered about it. But then I hear, so she's knocking on the door. She opens the front door and yells in, hello. And I'm like she opened my front door, man, and yelled. And I'm thinking, what if I was like a freaking, if I worked at the prison and I do night shifts and I'm like napping and you're nagging me about filling out this bullshit census. So then I look out the window because I hear like a big thump. And I'm like, what the hell was that? And I look out and she is literally on her ass. Like she tripped. It wasn't like a flight of stairs or anything. Don't picture that. It wasn't a flight of stairs, but it was just one uh, kick. I guess she tripped, whatever. And she was on the ground, like discombobulated. And I'm like, and I wonder if I'm wrong or right for this, but I'll be judged by God. But I was watching her to make sure she was like okay. She like slowly got up. Normally, of course, I'd run out, "Oh, are you all right?" But I'm not trying to like I don't think it's karma. She thinks she's doing a good thing, but I'm like I don't want to engage with her because she'd be like, "You have to do the census." And that's when I would say, I guess in hindsight I could have been like, "Oh yeah, no problem. Like I'll let you know." I should have done that actually. But anyway, I kind of just let her get up and then she completely limped all the way down the driveway to her car. And then that was the last time she came to my house to bug me to do this stupid census, man. Um, Far North, man. Butterdog is in Texas, man, and he just didn't show up for jury duty, and then nothing happened. But yeah, so censuses, man. My experience, don't do them. You want to give them all this detailed info about what's going on? Like, anyway, okay, hold on a second. So congratulations to someone else who just ordered the male vitality stack. Which one of you guys got the male stack? Someone just got the male stack, which is the Chalk Daily, the Tomcat, and the Ashwagandha, which means they're getting the free $100 bag of organic heirloom cacao from Bolivia included in their order automatically. Shout out to who just got the male stack. That means we only have 2 bags left now, 2 bags of chocolate powder left to give away. If you go to chalk.com, put a male or female vitality stack out of your into your cart, brother. Apply the discount code 26life to get a lifetime 26% off discount and you're going to get the free lit included in your order automatically. We're talking detox, sound mind and body, brain function, fertility, and pineal gland function. Crisis King, what do you think about the pineal gland? Because I know it's associated with new age shit, but it is a thing that God made in us that is supposed to be the seat of our soul, the connection point between our physical body and our soul, and you know, it's our intuitive sensor. It's where our intuition comes from, but it gets gimped because of fluoride. So let me know. I would actually do jury duty, like just for like the like maybe it's like a juicy case and it's like drama and it's like interesting, but the fact that they were saying I have to makes me not want to be honest. So, shout out to Far North fan, by the way, because he's only a couple days into this live. Like he's been coming around. Actually, he's kind of like a raccoon. You know, you come around once, you find something to eat, and you keep coming back. So that's what raccoon. That's what. just, I'm saying that because there was a raccoon or a skunk on my deck last night, and that's the first time all year. Because it's the meltdown now. It's melting. So by the way, guys, just so you know, let's get on a serious note here. I'm going to make a quick shout out on Instagram Live. When I do this Instagram Live shout out, there will be an extra number of people on the live, and someone else is going to scoop up. Like we are going to end up getting those 2 bags of chocolate powder given away. So if you're on the fence, quickly get your order in with the code 26life to lock in your free lit powder. Okay, hold on a second. I'm going to shout out this live. How often do you come? Earth to Shay? Often Shay, like every night of the week, basically. So make sure your live notifications are on here so that you'll know when we're live next. Shout out to Kendall Aaron, by the way. Kendall, I don't know if I said what's up to you yet. Um, where is Mr. Swing, by the way? Hey Tim, how's it going? Oh, Mega Tim, you're already listening to this. I just wanted to reply to your message. Just so you guys know, Mega Tim is interested in making sure that he also doesn't be exposed to the strange, um, whatchamacallit, synthetic fragrances, which is a part of the satanic agenda as well. Yeah, Christ is King. There is a very, very strange, um, hold on a sec. So I'm going to say something that you guys might be shocked about in 1 second. JT, who's JT? Hold on a sec. Yo, Moon, what's going on, man? I don't need him to take it down. He commented it in the comments of my Facebook like post. So he didn't really make a video on it. I brought more attention to it than he did. But the fact that he sat down and compiled images of like satanic celebrities and then put me on there because I like put my hand in a different position is the stupidest thing ever. So I also was nice to him, but when he goes and says something like that, it's like, dude, what the Sam damn are you thinking, man? Who's JT again? Let me try to think about who JT is. Okay, hold on a sec. Dude, Butterdog, are you serious, man? Yeah, that's right, Mega Tim. Exactly, man. And that's true too. Shout out to Butterdog, man. You do have to watch out for anything conventional basically is poison now. Think about it, like perfumes and colognes used to be made out of essential oils, which were literally healing and so good for your brain. And now they're made of petrochemicals and shit that's banned all over the world. What's going on, everyone? So, Isaiah, what's going on? There's already an Isaiah on the Rumble stream, so you're good. Okay, so just so you guys know, don't you think it's interesting that the movie The Matrix, right? God or Z1 God 777, I think that Trump is a puppet. So I don't think he is guilty or not guilty. I think that he is fulfilling his role in this whole scripted reality and situation that we're in the midst of right now. I don't think Trump's an idiot. I don't think he's smart. I think he's fulfilling his role as an actor in this whole thing. I know it's a bit shocking. But what I was going to say about the Matrix is that, do you know the story of the Matrix? It's that humans made AI to make things efficient and easier. Then AI perceived humanity as a threat. So AI started trying to attack humans and to exterminate humans. So then humans dimmed out the sun because that's where AI was getting its energy from. And then AI said, oh, well, we don't have the sun, but we will use humans as our energy source because they produce heat and electrical power and all that. And that's why in the Matrix, there's human farms where they just siphon their energy. And if you don't know, that was a documentary that was telling us what's going on. And we do know also that, think of this. This is all biblical. No, The Matrix it's a shitty movie in regards to like the fighting scenes, but it was the concept of it and the script of it was very deep. But the other crazy part is if we were made in the image of God, but then humans turned away from God and made robots in the image of us, it's the reverse creation story. And at the same time, you can become eternalized by getting right with God, or you can become eternalized by uploading your consciousness to the cloud. That's what they're talking about, the future you'll be able to do. The mark of the beast is coming. Do not get the mark of the beast unless you want to go to hell, because that will happen. I'm just saying, the mark of the beast, it's in Revelation. Do not get the mark of the beast. We're going to do a deep dive on this further because now we're getting into interesting territory here for Instagram. If you want to hear the full deep dive and uncensored, no, we don't have to trip over our tongue and wonder about our words and everything. The mark is going to be in the hand or forehead. It's going to be a chip. It's the creepiest future you can think of. You think the New World Order is about enslaving and controlling us in this, that, or the other way. It's with AI. It's 100% with AI. It's a big agenda. So we're going to discuss this more on my Rumble channel, which is free to download, free to watch, and free speech. If you want to tune in, this might not be for you, ChatGPT Reacts. If your username is ChatGPT Reacts, this might freak you out, man. So, and May Moondrop, I'll tell you all about it. That's a very good question. I do want to get deep into it, but I can't really on Instagram because I've gotten strikes on here before for literally talking about fluoride. And we talk about a lot more than that on Rumble. So if you want to tune in, click the link in my bio to come on over to Rumble. You'll see Rumble on the in my link tree, or just go comment the word Rumble on any one of my posts. Okay, not this live, but any one of my posts. If you go and comment the word Rumble, the link will be sent directly to your DMs. Okay, do not get the mark of the beast. I love you all. I know some of you guys, most of you guys are chill. Some of you are interesting, but we're on the same team. We're not in that club. It's a big club, and we're not in it. Yes, Mario, we are live on Rumble right now. We already have about 100 people on. Okay, so I'll see you guys on Rumble. It's at the link in my bio. All right. What do you guys think? A guy said on that live, he said Islam is the way. What do you think about that? Shane, can I give my brother the same promo code that I use? Yes, non-toxic. And if he orders on the live, or like now, if he's about to order, we'll get him a free lip powder too. The kingdom of God is within us. We have freedom of will. It's our choice. If you want to accept God, Jesus came here to show us not only to follow, but to be like Christ. That's right, Wanderlust. That is right. And it's interesting because, oh yeah, okay, listen to this. I should make like 10 more posts on this because it blew my mind when I heard it. Not only did you hear, so you just heard everything I said about the Matrix, right? How it's all set up. Here's the thing. I know, non-toxic, I know. Here's the thing. Biblically speaking, Satan wanted to be like God. Satan wanted to be like God, right? He wanted to be everywhere, hear everything. Butterdog, stand by. He wanted to be everywhere, see everything, and hear everything, and eventually read our minds. Satan wanted to be like God. God can read our minds. We can talk to God. Satan wanted humans to be able to talk to him. If AI gets fully implemented and it's everywhere and everything is connected to it, the Internet of Things, then artificial intelligence would literally be a artificial, synthetic, inferior, strange version of God. I hope that doesn't sound blasphemous, but you see what I'm saying? It would be exactly what, if you were Satan, you would want. Think about it. We're talking about it being everywhere, seeing everything, hearing everything. That's exactly what Satan wanted to do. AI is completely connected to the Antichrist. If not, it is. Because here's the other part that we haven't seen yet, but you can read the headlines and know how they're framing it and how they're priming us. There's a New York Times article that says, what happens if AI is much smarter, reacts faster, and is more analytical and is more efficient than our own governments and leaders. Okay? The plan is to eventually have us governed by AI. 100%. That is the plan. And that would be governed by Satan. And the only way you're going to be governed by AI, I think, is if you get the chip. Then you're really governed by it. So there's going to be some type of breakaway civilization situation where a lot of people get the chip because they're like, oh, like this will be good. And then there's going to be a lot of people who say no, but what's going to happen to someone who says no? We saw a glimpse of that with what would happen if you said no to the vax. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, Jesse, I've seen that. I don't think you're half a cyborg right now, though, dude. Jesse said, if we got the shot, are we no longer human? We're transhuman. Have you seen this? Jesse, just because you got the vax, I still think you're fully human. And if you're detoxing, like that's, there's detox protocols. I mean, I recommend this. Let's say you didn't get the COVID vax. I got 26 doses of a whole bunch of different vaccines by the time I was 2 years old. That was the schedule back then, by the way. Now it's like 70 or more doses by the time you're 2 years old. Now, that alone is insane with the amount of heavy metals that I got and other shit I got growing up. But I also got fluoride tablets. I also, what's another thing I might have been poisoned with? I mean, regular grocery store food, hormones, antibiotics, all this stuff. It is probably the most important and pinnacle imperative moment in human history with what's coming around the corner to A, first and foremost, getting right with God, and B, being of sound mind and sound body, and detoxing this crazy stuff we're exposed to. That's why most of my videos connect back to a superfood or a procedure or a whatchamacallit, a thing you can do to detox, rejuvenate, and restore. Because this is more important than many people realize. This is a spiritual war. And I'm not saying that like Tucker Carlson. I'm talking like they want your pineal gland calcified. So we have two bags left of the organic heirloom cacao from Bolivia that we're giving away on the live. Two more bags, $100 value, organic heirloom cacao, super detoxing, heavy metal tested, massively increases your gut microbiome, and stimulates stem cell production. So those stem cells go and repair damaged tissue and damaged cells. Also, the thing that about the lit powder is that it's said because they're so high, so it's so high in antioxidants that it massively increases the support of detoxification pathways in the body. You will love the lit powder. We have 2 bags left to give away. Oh, and it's delicious, if I didn't already say that. So the way the deal works is it's first come, first serve. Shout out to Far North fan who didn't vax his daughter. God bless you, dude. Literally, that is a very good head start for her beautiful life ahead of her. Big time. So this is the way the deal works. First come, first serve. You got to click the link as soon as I paste it into the chat, which I just pasted it into the chat right now. That goes to chalk.com. Chalk is based in Texas. They ship out of Georgia. They have an all-American customer service team, family-oriented. They're fully woke. They're Christian. And they also, when I say fully woke, I mean they're aware of the nefarious agendas that are afoot right now. I can't believe Earth Tashay said that. This is why she is of a higher mental fortitude, because Shay, the synchronicity we just had on the live together on Instagram, which, can you remind me actually what that was? I said something and you said, remind me what that was, Shay, but that was a synchronicity. So this is the way that it works. The #1 supplement at chalk.com for men and women is the hot water purified shilajit. So this is a hormone optimizer. It's a fertility booster. It stimulates the production of new brain cells. It's called neurogenesis. So you get way sharper memory, concentration, and focus while you're taking it. For men, it boosts testosterone. For women, it calibrates your endocrine system, so it's an adaptogen. And also, interestingly, there's a compound in here called C60 or carbon 60, which is said to have anti-aging effects on the body. So it's pretty freaking cool. I love the Shilajit. Vladimir Putin takes it. Bruce Lee took it. Genghis Khan took it, and Arnold Schwarzenegger took it as well. So we're talking about something that's clinically validated, heavy metal tested, and 1,000 times more potent than the tar resin Shilajit that you get on Amazon. So the way the deal works is this: if you go to chalk.com, like Wonderlust already did, and you put the male vitality stack or the female vitality stack in your cart, and you apply the discount code 26life, which is a 26% off lifetime discount, you get 26% off for life on your subscription, which you can cancel or modify at any time. And automatically, you're going to get the $100 bag of chocolate powder included in your order automatically. You're not going to see it on your order form, but it's going to be physically placed into your box when it's packed up and then shipped to your house. Oh yeah, the astrology thing, Shay. That is very interesting. You should DM me that video you saw of that, Shay, so I can watch it. And I want to make a full blown video on that. So the second most popular superfood for men and women at chalk.com, which is in the male and female stack, is the certified organic ashwagandha. Ours is 14 times as potent as conventional ashwagandha, and we have a whole write up on that on the website and on the bottle about why and how ours is so much more potent than the conventional stuff. And it really comes down to extraction and really just quality control and sourcing, of course. So the ashwagandha, it's extremely pro-fertile. It's a hormone optimizer. It boosts melatonin production massively, so you get 1,000 times better sleep while you're taking it. You can sleep for less hours and be more rejuvenated. Like it has that effect. I love the ashwagandha, and that's one of the main reviews people give on it too. And then the third supplement in the female stack is the wild crafted Irish moss, which has the full matrix of minerals. It rebuilds your DNA. It increases nutrient absorption from the food you're already eating. And because it has the full matrix of minerals, every single, your DNA, for example, is light codes. Minerals are frequencies of light. They work together. Minerals build your DNA. And today, even if you're eating 100% organically, you're getting less than 10% of the full matrix of minerals. So that's why there's a ton of minerals in the male and female stack, because every single, listen to this, and I mentioned this before, but vitamin used to stand for vital mineral because every vitamin requires a mineral to activate it. Therefore, if you're getting the full matrix of minerals, you're utilizing and absorbing and activating way more nutrients from the food you're already eating to begin with. So that's another added benefit of the Irish moss and of the chalk shilajit. And then also, interestingly, the Tonkat Ali that's in the male vitality stack, certified wildcrafted Tonkat Ali from the chemical-free Malaysian rainforests, boosts free testosterone 87% in 21 days. And it increases sperm count and sperm motility. So it's super pro-fertile. That is literally a gift to humanity right now when we know that guys' testosterone levels are fully in the gutter on average. Not maybe all of you guys, but I know, isn't that cool, Isaiah? Um, Vital mineral, man. So the Tomcat, you will feel a massive difference even if you're just taking that by itself. But if you put the male or female stack in your cart on this live and you apply the discount code 26life, you unlock that 26% off lifetime discount and you get the free $100 bag of chocolate included in your order. This is basically the last code on this, the last call on the free lit powder on this live, by the way. Non-toxic said, can I share the code I use now? With your brother, yes. Yes, if you're talking about the 26 life, for sure. And shout out to Non-Toxic, who's 45 days in the 90-day chalk challenge, we call it. Shout out to Non-Toxic. Also, yeah, man, if the grid does go down, that would be kind of wild because I don't know how I would be able to talk to you guys. I guess I would just be like stacking wood or preparing for uh, how long would the grid go down for? 7 days of darkness or 3 days of darkness or something? I don't know. Crisis King says yes, America will be attacked. Babylon will fall. I mean, the writing's kind of on the wall, man. Like, you do not want to be um, I'm pretty sure we should all be prepared that there is a something around the corner that would happen on U.S. soil. Um, and I don't know if it would be a fault. I mean, it would definitely be probably a false flag. I mean, they're going to blame it on someone, like they did 9/11. But yeah, keep your head on a swivel, man, because I don't know if it will be one of those. I'll explain more in a second. Krishna, I'm going to answer her in a moment. I just wanted to mention before we hold on a second. Um, yes, semen retention is imperative, Asher. That would extend your lifespan massively as well. And look into Mantak Chia, Mantak, chia like chia seeds. Um, yes, look into him with that information big time. So apparently, there's a bunch of people on the site right now, male and female stacks all over the place. Just remember the code works if you apply it to the male or female subscription vitality stack, not the one-time order. You want to make sure that it's the subscription. Now, like I said, you can cancel or modify your subscription at any time. Just keep in mind the clinically studied benefits are based on consistent consumption over 90 days. So you do want to get a consistent dose in order to experience the full range of benefits. You know what I mean? We call it the 90-day chalk challenge, and also the it's something you want to incorporate into your lifestyle for sure. Um, yeah, deeds, but there is detox protocols. Like I'm sure if you're taking the Shilajit, the Irish moth, that's going to repair your DNA from whatever might have been in that jab. I would think so. I think the body is capable big time. Um, yeah, rather than if you're vaxxed, you're screwed. Like I don't believe that. Krishna said, "What do you do about staying positive as a parent with small children?" Um, well, I believe that the brightest possible days of humanity are ahead. I fully, wholeheartedly believe that. I think that it might get a bit scary and weird, but do not fear around the corner with this World War III shit that's going on. I think you should definitely um, put it this way: don't not have kids because you're wondering about the state of the world. Because people were cranking out kids during the Great Depression, during World War II. Like there was other hardcore times in history that you know people still reproduced. We do need to keep the future generations going. It's all about them, to be honest. And our societies today are so interesting with the lack of prioritizing children, even though they are the future. It's absolutely wild. It's actually demonic and satanic the way they set it up. But anyways, how do you stay positive? I start talking about how satanic it is. um, Krishna, I guess you want to keep researching and learning because at the bottom of all these rabbit holes is the fact that Christ is real and they hate him. And if you read the book of Revelation or study what's going on with it, uh, we are in the times before the purification. So get right with God. And that's not get right with God because we're all going to, die or something. Not that. But the best days are around the corner and there's going to be divine intervention soon because that's it's what's going to happen 100%. We're not going to sleepwalk our way into becoming AI cyborgs. I don't think that's in the cards, man. I've gotten, put it this way, and this may sound like arrogant or something of the sort. You might describe it as that, but this is what I think. I've been blessed my whole life in so many different ways and so many synchronicities, and I know I'm on the right path and all this. To think that And you guys can surely um, picture this. All the blessings you've received, how divine so many things have happened in your life. Do you think that's leading toward total devastation, death, decay, and uh, you know, like the worst possible reality ever? You know what I mean? I cannot see that. I actually thought that long, long ago. I'm like, well, I'm obviously fulfilling this role that I was born to do and was, directed by God to do unknowingly at the time. For what though? For me to end up hooked up to the cloud, the Antichrist, and be controlled by Satan? Like, that's not going to happen. I could not, there's not a chance. So I think what the word on the street is that Jesus is coming back. The nefariousness will be purged and destroyed. And Satan knows that, and he's trying to take as many people, as many souls with him before that day comes. You know what I mean? Christian said, I appreciate you answering my query. I know you are a parent, so I try to still be strong. I mainly ask because I don't want my child growing up alone. What do you mean growing up alone? Like you're with your child right now. So you're already living in your outcome. Your child is growing up right now and they are not alone. So what makes you think your child would grow up alone? Where is that fear rooted in? Because remember, do not be afraid, do not fear. Um, yeah, exactly. Far north, like that's well said. The way you said it is well said. Um, I want to bring more progeny, but only if they are meant to be a powerful force. Krishna, that's actually a word I have to type in here. Progeny. Offspring. Okay, there you go. So you want to have more kids, but only if they are meant to be a powerful force. Krishna, they're the most powerful force in the whole wide world. Think of how powerful and beautiful you feel with your little one child you have right now. Imagine dozens of them. Yes, they are already meant to be and are a powerful force. But that's the other problem with the infertility and depopulation agenda today is that if you're unaware, you're drinking the fluoride, you're eating the GMOs, the pesticides are coursing through our veins, and we're in a lowered state of consciousness. And that's why the fertility clinics are booked out the yin yang because people aren't able to conceive. I highly, highly, this is why it's one of the most important things ever to get a sound mind and body today and be detoxing, be boosting your system. This is the last call, guys, on the 3 bags of lit powder. We're about to close down the live. We got 2 more left to give away. If you place your order at chalk.com for the male or female vitality stack with the code 26life, you're getting that $100 bag of free lit powder included in your order and 26% off for life on your subscription, which you can modify your subscription at any time. Um, yeah, that's true, Tim. Well, Tim, you know how Tim, you know that there's smokers paradoxes, eh? Kyle sent me something. Oh wow! So this guy who literally looks like a Lemurian or like a Atlantean or something. Have you guys seen this guy before? The bald guy with super blue eyes who always is wearing like some crazy outfits. And I have the same necklace as him. No way. He has a pyridine necklace. Wow, dude. This guy actually is freaking woke. So he says that as the threat of world war draws near, we are here to dissolve all fear. Humanity will not be allowed to destroy itself again. A third world war is not part of your future timeline. Should your leaders follow through in their actions, intervention will follow. Wow, that's great. So I wonder if that means if there's a third world war like really soon here, that man, I mean, it could be any day. Are we going to make it to 2030 before the book of Revelation fully comes to fruition? No one will know the time or day, but we're definitely closer today than we were yesterday. Yeah, but Kyle is shady. Like, does that guy believe in planets and space and stuff? 'Cause that's fully baloney, you know. But either way, if he thinks he's an alien, I mean, he could be an entity from the outer realm, outside the ice wall, you know. I'm sure there are people, or human-looking people, or fully human people who are just fully human from outside the ice wall who made it in here and are like observing us and stuff. I bet. Shout out to Far North fan. Oh yeah, Far North fan. Did you say your name was April? For some reason, I thought I psychically detected that you are of the male orientation. Shout out to Far North fan, all the way in the Noi. I think no, that you're not the person who said you're in Illinois. Never mind. I don't see Russia or China or even Turkey coming to Iran's defense yet. Well, dialed. No, not yet. But Russia and China, that's being reported, which I literally do not even believe. I told you guys that why I don't believe this. They said that Russia and China are providing satellite images to Iran to strike US bases. As if you can't Google US bases in the Middle East and look on a map and see all their locations. Correct me if I'm wrong there, but I'm pretty sure that's the case. So they're priming us to be like, oh, Russia and China are kind of in on it too. Oh, I'm pretty sure that oh, Far North fan, you might be quite ready, or you might be quite near Lou. Shout out to Lou, by the way. She is at the very top of New Hampshire. She's like 10 minutes from the Canadian border. I did, Kyle. I made a video on it actually. Did I post it? Maybe I didn't post it. Hold on a sec. No, that was the first video I posted today, I think. Hold on. Yeah, that was the first video I posted today. And then these guys are commenting saying, okay, so this is what I wanted to tell you guys. And I want to hear what Captain Walt thinks about this. Or or Mega Tim. So people are saying um so listen, the creepiest thing I think, or sorry, the people are saying this. They're saying that the Marine who wore his uniform to protest, I guess in the military they say you should never wear your uniform if you're engaged in any political stunts. Why do you think the military would make this kind of advisory saying don't wear your uniform if you're going to protest? Because if you have 10,000 uniformed Marines or veterans protesting, that is a pretty strong optic of a protest. Like these aren't a bunch of friggin' yahoos. They're soldiers and they're upset about something. Let's listen to what they're saying, take it seriously. You know what I mean? Like I can see why they would say, yeah, never protest with your uniform. Of course, the cover story is that they don't want like it to reflect badly on the military if you're protesting something whack. But I also think that they don't want you protesting in your uniform because it would add weight and add credence to your message and your protest. The symbolism of authority rebelling speaks volumes. Yeah, dude, Dialed, you are freaking dialed, man. Shout out to Dialed. That's exactly right. It makes a bigger statement when you're in uniform. Exactly. So when these guys, and I know apparently the guy who said we don't want to die for Israel, apparently he is Green Party Muslim activist. I never heard he's a Muslim activist. Apparently his wife is Muslim, but um, still, still, the sentiments are true and real that we shouldn't be sending. Why should Americans go die in the Middle East right now, man? When Americans are dying in the streets of hunger and homelessness, it is so evil, it's shocking. And that's also why, like, dude, when you see Iranians in the Iranian parliament, which has 33 windows and has a gigantic Masonic compass in the middle of their parliament. They are in the club, they're playing their role. It's a complete plan on all sides. So when you see Iranians hold up a flag, it's broadcasted all over the news, lighting an American flag on fire, saying, "Death to America." That is a psyop to excite Americans to want to be supportive of bombing Iran, or at least perceiving them as a threat, when the vast majority of Iranians want to chill in Iran and just do normal things and live their lives. You know what I mean? It's so obvious that of course they're going to broadcast. And it was just it's a setup, man. And it pissed me. I watched that video probably 20 times, man. And it was, what did someone say? This guy says this gives me Divergent movie vibes. I don't think I've seen Divergent, but what I can tell you is um, when the camera pans around and you see the room of like zombie robots, congressmen, military generals who won't even turn their head around to look at who's yelling and what the kerfuffle is all about. It's like that wasn't a part of the script, man. That wasn't a part of the script to have a guy behind you yelling and disrupting the thing. Um, so I think that was really cool to see, like shocking and horrible, but cool that this guy did that, made a huge statement. And you know what's great? And I'll say this, and it'll sound weird at first, but just listen. The fact that he was pretty significantly injured, and just hear me out, by the Senator Chimi or Hemi or whatever his name is, and the cops is actually a good thing because it gains like 1,000 times more sympathy for him. And there's a documentary. This is where this is stemming from. There's a documentary called "How to Overthrow Governments," and it's like peaceful, 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 no violence. And one of the things it said is someone has to get hurt during a peaceful protest because then the normies who see that are going to side with the victim, the injured party, and it will drum up more support for the message and the movement. And so seeing that, I'm going, holy crap, man. Also, notice that guy obviously has high testosterone because they broke his fucking arm and he didn't even yell after they broke his arm. and like he didn't even like ow, like they broke his arm. And then later on in the video, they tried to handcuff that arm, and he's like, "Hey, my arm's broken." Uh, so and he still wasn't like squealing like a pig, man. His friggin' arm broke. So he was quite the Marine veteran, eh? So, anyways, shocking to see that video, really. And again, it's the eeriest part that none of those guys turned around. It's like deafening. So there's a couple people still on the site right now. Two more bags of lit. What we'll do is, so we're gonna extend this. I'm telling you right now, if you're taking the male or female stack, you're getting some of the most potent superfoods in the natural world. You're gonna feel like $1,000,000 when you're taking it, and you're getting the free $100 bag of the chocolate powder included in your order. Sonny, did you see the video? Um, Carl, what's going on, big guy? Who's saying any of that? Yeah, I saw that Far North fan. I think it was in the neighborhood of 300,000, a lot more than 100,000 from what I saw. Yeah, exactly. I think they found him though. I don't think he's missing right now, or was it? He was pissed, Far North. He was pissed. And he put up a fight too. There's like four guys on him. If he was actually fighting them, I'm sure he'd kick all of their asses, by the way. Really, eh? I'm gonna have to do a deep dive on what's going on with him right now then. And I'll make some updates on it tomorrow. Okay, so we're gonna close the live, but we're gonna extend the deal. So if anyone orders the male or female stack at chalk.com with the code 26life, you're gonna get the free lit included between now and midnight. So we honor the deal. So if you're on the site, you still get it. This was a good live, guys. Thank you all for joining. Keep your head on a swivel. I still do know and believe that the best days are ahead. Welcome to all the new people as well on here. It's great to have you on Rumble. Make sure your live notifications are on so you know when we're live next. Um, and yeah, thank you guys. Shout out to Nix, man. Okay. We'll see you guys on the next one. Love you all and keep your head on a swivel, all right?